So now we're in the sauna, and if you see on this placard here, it's pronounced sauna. Definitive proof right there, printed on paper. So obviously, Phyllis, the sauna is very integral to the culture and the life of a lot of Yoopers. What's the significance of what we are looking at to the Munising area? And to me, this seems like a very old school, old-fashioned setup.
This was, and this is an example of original log construction. This came off the Vertinen farm in Eben, and it was what we call a savu sauna, a smoke sauna. And so the fire was lit, and the rocks heated up. People would sit up on the bench and throw water on the rocks so they get some steam. We've got here an example of a practical
A ladle?
a ladle, yes. Thank you.
Homemade?
Yes. And they would sit and sweat here, and then they would continue their bath by washing up.
In a little wash tub?
Yes. And sometimes they would switch themselves with cedar branches to get circulation going and work out the kinks after a hard day of work in the fields. And babies were born in the sauna. That was very typical. It was a clean, sterile, private place. Hot water was accessible, and so it was typical to hear of babies being born in the sauna.
Sauna births. I've never heard about that.
Who would've thought?
I wonder if there's any babies born in saunas in 2025 here in the area. I don't think so.
They might not,
First.
they might not keep it as sanitized as they did back then, back in the day. But you know what was funny, not being from here, when I first got here, I remember Tia gave me a lesson about how it was actually pronounced. Because I grew up saying sauna, and when I came here, Tia was like, no, it's sauna. So now, actually seeing proof on how it was originally said, now I really do have to change the way I say it now, Phyllis. I really do.
I mean, you're in the UP. You got to pronounce it like us Yoopers. And you mentioned earlier something about the utensils going through the kitchen. So that's kind of, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but can we head through here?
Here's a picture of the original sauna. This was all taken from the building here.
So as far as the kitchen, I noticed how in the cabinets, basically they have recipes that people can follow and tells you, what to put with what ingredient, things like that. Very resourceful. I feel like my cabinet needs to have something like this.
That's right. This was a flour bin, and you could fill it like this, but then,
And
whoops,
get
I'm
your
going to
flour
break it. But we
out.
could get it, yeah, the flour came out, and you could sift it as it came out. So it was important to sift it. I don't sift flour very often anymore unless the recipe calls for it, but I think it was mostly so that you could control the bugs or anything that might have gotten into
We
the flour.
clumped a bit more.
Right, right.
And the recipes out here, I don't know, John, what do you think? We should make some pfeffernuss?
Yeah.
I never heard of that
Do not know
before.
what that is,
Neither
but
do I,
I'm willing
but
to try.
These are actual recipes that we could try out.
Yeah.
Again, this sink here came out of a farm in Chatham. And it's got the tin drain board and the large sink here. Typical of our pioneers, they were lucky to have a pump in the house.
Wow.
By the sink.
You know something?
Wood stoves.
Yeah, I was about to point out the stove, something that really stood out to me because I feel like most places now have electric stoves. And
Right.
yeah, now back then, that's obviously that's not a thing,
Right.
Yeah, light the fire.
Really have to put gas to it and light the fire and to really start
Right.
cooking whatever you need to start cooking. And I noticed that the pan has these little dents in it too. Oh, what do you feel like is the significance of that? Why do you feel like the pans have dents in them like that?
Well, eggs, or then you could make a bread like that too, little individual breads.
It's so interesting to me how things have like they've remained the same at their core, but yet so different. And
Yeah.
sometimes with modern advancements, it almost seems like it's doing too much. Maybe we
Yeah.
just need to take it back to the simple times. I've really had such a blast so far walking around and learning some of these histories, Phyllis and Mary Jo. We do have to take another commercial break though, but we'll have much more when we return.